This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Jack City, what's poppin' with you, brother? You are right on time. Because we're just getting started. Started. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday Tom Thibodeau gave an update on the New York Knicks and where they are as far as injuries, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, and you know, it sounded positive, to tell you the truth. So, you know, I'm hoping, you're hoping, we're all hoping that we're going to get some guys back soon, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe OG comes back within days. Maybe Randall comes back within a week or so. I want you to listen to Tom Thibodeau as he talks about his version of the injuries and where guys are and when they might return and all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's take a listen to Tom Thibodeau as he breaks down where the Knicks players are in their recovery, and let's hope that we get some good news. If you haven't heard it, some of you probably heard it, but if you haven't, you get a chance right now.
He did most of practice, yeah.
How's he feeling?
Good. You know, we'll see where he is tomorrow.
You know what he's going to be listed as?
I don't.
OG, Julius, or Mitch moved on to doing anything more from the last time?
OG's doing well overall. Mitch looked good. He told me to tell everyone that. And he's making good, steady progress. But he hasn't had contact or anything like that. But it's the normal progression that he's making. So shooting and that sort of stuff, you can script a little bit with him. And that's where we are with that.
He can run, he can jump.
Yeah, he's been cleared. Yep.
And to be clear, no contact after Julius and OG.
Julius is still with with pads and like very light contact. OG's like taking contact. He's scrimmaging and that sort of thing.
So he's pretty close then.
I'm not a doctor, so when they clear him, they clear him. But he's doing well, very well.
You know, if you went to medical school.
And I could have been a writer and a doctor.
So you're saying he's scrimmaging? OG?
Yeah. Well,
5-on-5?
he's doing some 5-on-5 work. He's he's doing well overall.
Do you have any kind of timetable on OG or?
No, just it's day to day, and we'll see where he is. He's making good progress, but he's got to be cleared first to fully play. So.
You heard him, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize about that. I was muted. But you heard him. OG could be close. He's taking contact. He's scrimmaging. Jalen Brunson's been working out. Practiced yesterday. We'll see if he's going to be able to play tonight. Right now on the injury report, Jalen Brunson is listed as questionable. All right. And tonight's a big one, though, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We need anybody and everyone that we can get. Tonight is critical. The Knicks are a half game behind the Orlando Magic. They've struggled with the Magic all season long when fully healthy. Now they're playing against them all beat up. Right, so this is a critical game for the Knicks. You can see on the injury report right now, Wendell Carter Jr., he is available for the Magic. He's been injured. Jalen Suggs, he's out. For the Knicks, of course, OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson is questionable. Julius Randle is out. Mitchell Robinson is out. OG Anunoby is not questionable. He's out. So OG's out. Brunson questionable. Randle and Robinson are both out. But, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though we are getting closer and closer to these guys returning. Hopefully, OG can return within days. Right? According to Ian Begley, and I'm going to get this graphic up on the screen in just a second. There we go. According to Ian Begley, OG's done quite a lot in practice, right? Tom Thibodeau didn't want to speculate if Anunoby would be back within 2 games. The last hurdle is for OG to be cleared by the medical staff, right? This was a report by Ian Begley 31 minutes ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, 40 minutes ago. All right, Brunson, he's been going through warm-ups before tonight's game. If things go well, he'll play. So there is a chance that Brunson will play tonight, and I'm going to tell you the Knicks need Brunson to play tonight if he can go. All right, in that same video that we just saw with Tom Thibodeau, Josh Hart said he, seen Brunson practice and didn't feel as though he was favoring his knee or playing tentatively or playing as though he was scared to play on his knee, right? So that's a good thing. But, of course, practice and the game are 2 different things, right? 2 different scenarios, right? Once you get into the game, it becomes aggressive, right? And there's a much higher chance that you're going to bang that knee. Right now, it's a contusion, right? They'll wrap it up. If he's able to go, they'll wrap it up. The knee should be protected. You would hope that it's going to be protected. Right? So, there may be a chance that Jalen Brunson plays tonight going up against this Orlando Magic squad, a team that the Knicks have just struggled with all season long. You need Jalen Brunson. You've seen in the last game, the Knicks really struggled to score the ball with any consistency. Right? Everything is perimeter-based. The Knicks took 52 threes, I believe it was. 52 threes last game because they have no inside presence. Now, even with Jalen Brunson, the Knicks don't have much of an inside presence, but they have more than without Jalen Brunson because the Knicks don't really have anybody that can break down the defense with consistency outside of Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle on this team right now as currently constructed. Right? So when you got both of those guys out, nobody draws the defense. Everything is based on a perimeter. Right? I mean, if I was Tom Thibodeau, I think I would try to post up Bogdanovich a little bit, see if he could do some work in the post some. Right? I think he has at least a little bit of a game in the post. Just to try to suck in the defense a little bit. If he gets going, now teams got to respect that. Right? They got to respect that he's gotten going. They got to send a double team, try to get the ball out of his hands. Now you can kick the ball, swing it around the perimeter. But if Jalen Brunson's not playing, you can try Bogdanovich, but if the Knicks can't get anything going on the inside, it makes it even tougher for them to score on the outside, because everything is perimeter oriented. So now teams are like, well, they got nothing on the inside. We're going to stick to our man on the outside. Makes it difficult for the Knicks to score, and we've seen that in the previous game. Right? If they're not making miracle shots all night long, they'll struggle. So having Jalen Brunson here tonight is critical in a critical game for the Knicks. Again, the Knicks are 1/2 game behind the Orlando Magic. 1/2 game. They are a full game above the Miami Heat. So the Knicks are currently in the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference. The Magic sit in the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference. The Magic hold the tiebreaker over the Knicks. even if the Knicks win tonight, they're not gonna win a tiebreaker, but at least they can reestablish themselves as the 4th seed and hopefully keep themselves there. But again, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick update for those who are just joining us. According to Ian Begley, Tom Thibodeau says OG Anunoby did quite a lot in practice on yesterday, Thursday. He didn't want to speculate if Anunoby would be back within 2 games, but the last hurdle is for OG to be cleared by medical staff. And as far as Jalen Brunson, he's going through warm-ups, and if it goes well, he will play tonight. On the injury report, of course, Anunoby is out. Brunson is questionable. Julius Randle is out. Mitchell Robinson is out. You also heard Tom Thibodeau state that Mitchell Robinson is doing well, right? He's been cleared for contact. So the Knicks just might be getting closer to having a full roster. And man, will it feel good for the Knicks to have a full roster, ladies and gentlemen. I want to remind you, we still got tickets left for the Knicks versus 76ers on Sunday. There's only a couple left, right? And to move them, we dropped the price, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the tickets are now $205. $205. Sections 224, sections 227. All right, come on out and join us. The link is in the chat. It's also pinned to the top of your YouTube chat. It's also in the description of the video. All right, we'll be doing a pregame shoot around 5 o'clock. All right, we'll be doing a pregame podcast at Legends somewhere around 2:30. And then we'll do a postgame podcast at Legends. So let me put that in chronological order. We'll do a pregame podcast at Legends around 2:30. We'll go to the game around 5, although the game starts at 7. We'll get there around 5 for the pregame shoot around. Watch the game, go back to Legends and do a post-game podcast, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so make sure that you join us. If you haven't gotten your tickets, get your tickets. All right, the price is dropped down to $205. International Andy is in town from Portland. Steph will be there. I'll be there. Tony will be there. Big Bubba will be there. It's gonna be a fun and dope event, ladies and gentlemen. So we hope to see you there. Again, the link is in the description of the video. It's also in your YouTube chat. Make sure you join us. Let's take a look at the lineups and matchups for the night. Let me get that on over here. There we go. For the Knicks, of course, we know Jalen Brunson is questionable. If Jalen Brunson does not play, it'll be Deuce starting in lieu of Jalen Brunson. If he doesn't play, obviously, if Jalen Brunson plays, Jalen Brunson will be starting and Deuce will be back to the bench. You got Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Precious Achiuwa, and Isaiah Hartenstein. For the Orlando Magic, Jalen Suggs is normally their starting point guard. He's out tonight. I'm assuming Markelle Fultz will step up in his spot and start at point guard for the Orlando Magic. Then you got Anthony Black, Franz Wagner, Banchero, and then you got Wendell Carter Jr. as your starting lineups for the New York Knicks. Obviously the guy that you got to really be afraid of here is Banchero. First-time All-Star this year. He's a monster, ladies and gentlemen. We know that. This guy is on his way to superstardom. The Knicks have got to figure out how they handle Banchero. You know what I mean? Without Julius Randle, you have nobody to offset the production. So how do you deal? How do you defend Banchero? I mean, Precious can defend him. Precious is a good defender. He's not going to stop Banchero. The problem is we don't have anything to offset Banchero right now. Franz Wagner, he can be an issue, right? He's a tall, small forward. Josh Hart, I have to defend him. Wagner can shoot the three. He can do a little bit of going to the basket. He's got a nice mid-range. He can be trouble for a guy like Josh Hart. Anthony Black, good defender. If Jalen Brunson is playing, expect Anthony Black to spend some time on Jalen Brunson. Markelle Fultz, you know about Markelle Fultz, used to be, he was he was considered to be a franchise point guard. He's not now, but he's found a home in Orlando where he's able to give, good, decent production. He's a strong guy coming off the bench. Tough guy coming off the bench, to tell you the truth. He can have a night on you. He's somebody that, that the Knicks got to watch out for. Obviously, he's in the starting lineup tonight because Jalen Suggs is out. Right, but you got to watch out for Markelle Fultz, Wendell Carter Jr., ladies and gentlemen. He'll come out and give you a double-double. Right, they have a strong squad, Orlando does. No doubt about it. I still believe that the Knicks have a better team when they're fully healthy. Orlando is still not a team that I want the Knicks to match up with in the playoffs. The way it's looking right now, with just 19 games to the left to the season after tonight for the Knicks, there's a strong chance that they face the Orlando Magic in the first round as either the 4th seed or the 5th seed. It's going to be a tough matchup for the Knicks, no doubt about it. Be a real tough matchup for the Knicks. I know, there's been some people that say, I'm not worried about Orlando and all of that kind of stuff. I am. I'm definitely worried about Orlando and us facing Orlando in the first round. I'm just, for me, it's not that good of a matchup for the New York Knicks. We can beat them if we're fully healthy. If we're not healthy, it's going to be a tough one. You know what I mean? And you already know how fans are going to be if we have a first round out. Oh, man, it's not going to be good. Fans are going to go crazy. They're going to want changes all over the place. Everybody already wants Tom Thibodeau gone. Not everybody, but a lot of people want Tom Thibodeau gone. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I don't know. But these are your lineups, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the bench lineups. All right. And, of course, on the Knicks bench, well, if Jalen Brunson plays, Miles McBride comes off the bench. If Jalen Brunson does not play, then Miles McBride will be in the starting lineup. You got Shake Milton, Alec Burks, Bogdanovich, Jericho Sims for the New York Knicks. You got Cole Anthony for the Magic. Caleb Houston, Joe Ingles, Moritz Wagner. That's the other Wagner's. That's Franz Wagner's brother. Then you got Badazzi at the center spot. If Wendell Carter Jr. was not going to go tonight, Badazzi would have been starting at that center spot. The question tonight is, will Shake Milton play? Right. Will Shake Milton get a chance to debut as a New York Knick? There's some people in the chat, and I don't know why the chat's not working right now, but there's some people in the chat that don't believe Shake Milton is going to get any time with the New York Knicks. Right? They believe Tom Thibodeau is going to overlook him. He's not going to know how to use him, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And it could be. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Caleb Pasha said no Brunson. Asked the question, no Brunson. Brunson is still questionable. So we'll find out. According to Ian Begley, he's been working out before the game, going through warm-ups. And depending on how it feels, he may play or he may not play. Right? So he's a game-time decision right now. All right, but these are the bench units that you're looking at. But will Shake Milton play? I would like to see Shake Milton play. He's a guy that might be able to get to the basket, especially if Brunson isn't playing. You need someone that can possibly get to the basket. He might be able to break down the defense if he gets some extended minutes. Right? Again, I try to use Bogdanovich in the post some so we can get some inside presence if we can. You know what I mean? But I do want to see Shake Milton play. The Knicks can use him. He's a defender. He's got long arms. You know what I mean? He's proven in the NBA that he can score. Right? He's proven that he can be a factor on a team. He's had some big nights in the NBA. He's had some big nights. So I would really like to see Shake Milton get some burn tonight. know what I'm saying? So Tom Thibodeau, stop playing around. Let Shake Milton get a little bit of burn. You know what I mean? And see if see what he can produce for the Knicks, because you just have too many injuries going on. You need to get some penetration to the basket, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. We need it. Nostalgic Nick. He said, big fan of the show. Thank you. I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you very much. I mean, let's go backwards a little bit. We'll go back to the start lineup because I want to talk a little bit more about matchups. Right? Because, I think the big matchup here is Precious and Boncaro and how the Knicks guard Boncaro. The Knicks normally guard teams straight up. Right? And then maybe a little bit later on, they decide that they're going to throw some double teams. You know what I mean? Looking at this team right now, listen, if they got Franz Wagner and Boncaro on the same side of the floor, you could be in a little bit of trouble. Right? Wagner can shoot the three. Boncaro obviously can post. He can shoot the three as well. Wagner could do a little bit of posting. You got those two guys on the same side of the floor, and you isolate those two guys to play a two-man game. There's trouble for the Knicks. Now, you do have two good defenders in Josh Hart and Precious Achiuwa, Wagner and Boncaro, but, Wagner has a good height advantage over Josh Hart, and then Boncaro is just Boncaro. You know what I mean? He's got just an advantage over Precious Achiuwa straight up. Right? And, if Brunson is playing, expect him to be guarded by Anthony Black, DiVincenzo is going to have to be on his game tonight. He didn't shoot well in the last game, and the Knicks needed him to shoot well. He did not shoot well. I think he shot like 28% from the field or something like that. Took 17 threes. And I'm not mad at him for taking 17 threes. It's what he had to do. Right? He had to take those high number of threes. It was the best way for the Knicks to score. Both he and Bogdanovich. And as long as the Knicks don't have Julius Randle, they're going to take a high number of threes, even with having Brunson, because Randle's a big body that can draw the defense. Talked about that already. But the Knicks are going to need Donte DiVincenzo to step up and shoot well. Brunson, if he plays, helps the Knicks to shoot well because he does draw the defense, penetrates inside. Obviously, he has a mid-range shot, and, he's going to give you 30 by himself. So he's going to draw all of the attention. Now everybody else can get off a little bit. When you look at these starting lineups, the big matchup issues is Wagner and Boncaro to me. You know what I'm saying? Wendell Carter Jr., he can have an impact as well. He can get you a double-double. I think, Isaiah Hartenstein, his minutes are slowly going up. I still wouldn't expect him to get over 25 or 26, right? Because they're really trying to protect that Achilles to make sure the Knicks have him for the playoffs. But that's a good matchup right there. I think they kind of offset each other in their output. Right? Markelle Fultz is a guy we got to watch out for because he can have a big night on you. The bench, ladies and gentlemen, is where the Knicks have got to try. The Knicks need the bench to step up and do something. If Jalen Brunson plays, Deuce is on the bench. Hopefully Deuce can give you some he's giving you production as a starter. Hopefully he can continue to give you some production off the bench. He's getting comfortable. He's getting real comfortable. He's shooting the ball well. He's playing great defense, as we know. We knew that he would. We knew he would. Right? So, the Knicks are going to need Deuce to play big minutes. They're going to need Deuce to be productive, to knock down the threes, shooting at a high clip from the field. The threes, like 40%. They need him to do those things. But if and when he can get to the basket, we also need Deuce to get to the basket. Right? You seen him last game break down you've seen him this season break down the defense. Last game he broke down the defense and got a dunk. The Knicks need Deuce to be productive. Alec Burks. He's got to figure something out. At some point, the Knicks need Alec Burks to do what they brought him here for. And there's A lot of people that's like he's done. He may be. I don't know. I'm hoping that he's not. I'm hoping that he finally fits in or his game starts to flow. He's one of the players on the team that was supposed to be able to break down the defense, that was supposed to be able to create his own shot, score, and all that good stuff, right? He hasn't been able to do it so far since he's been with the Knicks during his stint. This is the perfect night for it to happen. This is the perfect night for Alec Burks to play well, have a good one, be productive out there on the floor, knock down some shots. This is the night to do it because this is a big game for the Knicks. The Knicks need Bogdanovich to score tonight, right? He's probably the best scorer off the bench. He can give you 20 anytime he steps out there on the floor. The Knicks need him to give you 20 to 25 points. And hopefully Shake Milton will be able to, have an impact. The Magic, they got some shooting on the bench. Cole Anthony, he's a scorer. Ingles can shoot the ball. Vaughn can shoot the ball. All right, so they have a bench that can be challenging. Now, when you look at the Knicks, of course, Josh Hart should be on the bench. Precious should be on the bench. If the Knicks are fully healthy, they have a stronger bench. Right now, not sure. But the Knicks need the bench to step up and do something in this game. Certain players, Burks, Bogdanovich, Deuce. Jericho Sims is going to do what Jericho Sims does. I'm not expecting him to step up and be a savior for this team, right? But the Knicks need the bench to step up and play, to help give us some production. Keys to the game, ladies and gentlemen. We got to figure out how to score, right? With this team, the Knicks struggle to score. Everything's on Brunson's shoulders. Everything is on Brunson's shoulders. I mean, every night with this team here, he's got to give you 30 to 35 points. A lot of responsibility. He can handle it. No doubt about that. I'm not worried about that. Brunson can handle it. He's tough that way. But we got to figure out how to get scoring a little bit easier. I mean, how many times have we seen this team, this particular team, with these guys out there, take it down to the shot clock, to the end of the shot clock, with, 3 or 2 seconds left because they can't find a shot. Now, they've been getting a high number of assists. That's great. And they've been getting a high number of assists on bad shooting. That's great. But the problem is, the reason why they're getting such a high number of assists is because we have nobody that can break down the defense. Right? We can't get into the crevices and the cracks of the defense to make the defense crumble. You know what I mean? So the Knicks got to find a way to manufacture some offense tonight. And when you live by the 3, die by the 3, which is what this team has to do right now, if you're off, you struggle. And even when you live by the 3 and die by the 3, you got to find a way to get inside. I think this team, the Knicks, this Knicks team needs to try to score in transition as much as they can. Get the ball out the net and go. And it's going to mean some bad shots. It may mean a higher number of turnovers. But I think that's one of the ways that this team can score. Right? Easier buckets. Loosen up the defense some. Is by getting out in transition. Get the ball out, attack. Dante DiVincenzo can attack. Josh Hart can attack. All right? If Brunson is playing, Brunson can attack. Get out and go. Deuce can attack if he's out in transition. Hopefully Shake Milton can attack some. You know what I mean? So I like to see the Knicks play a little bit faster. Get up good shots, but attack in transition. Rebound the basketball. The Knicks struggled to rebound the basketball last game. They got killed on the boards. If you're not going to shoot well from the field, you got to be able to rebound the ball. If you're going to shoot 30-something%, you better be grabbing offensive rebounds. And then you should have a high number of second chance points. The Knicks didn't either. know what I mean? And obviously they're playing small. You know, they're playing handicapped right now. But guys got to get out there. We need Josh Hart to be hitting the boards. We need Precious to hit the boards. Hartenstein, Sims, all these guys got to hit the boards. All these guys got to hit the boards, right? We need those boards. You know, you're going to have to scrap on defense. You know, I wish Tom Thibodeau would mix the defense up some. Right? Make the game scrappy. Make the game dirty a little bit. Right? That's how this team has to win, I feel. By making the game scrappy. Right? Making everybody really have to make the opposing team really, really, really have to work for every shot, on every possession. Make there be a lot of loose balls. You know what I mean? That's how this team has to keep themselves competitive right now. They just don't have the firepower. That's what they did against Atlanta. You know, the Knicks got down early. They scrapped their way back because they made the game dirty and clumsy. Right? They made the game scrappy. The Knicks got to do that again tonight, in my opinion. And Orlando's good at doing the same thing. Orlando is a decent defensive team. So I can see this being a really scrappy, intense basketball game, especially with there being playoff seeding on the line. So let's hope that nobody else gets hurt. But I can see this game being a very scrappy and intense basketball game because the Knicks are going to have to play that style of basketball. Orlando plays aggressive defense. Yeah, it's going to be one of those type of basketball games, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be one of those games. So I don't know what to expect tonight. You know what I mean? No updates yet on whether or not Brunson is going to play. The most that I can tell people who are just joining us is that he is going through warm-ups, right? And if he feels good, he'll play. So according to Ian Begley, this was about an hour ago. Jalen Brunson is going through warm-ups, and if it goes well, he'll play tonight. Right now, he's questionable. He's questionable. But I'm going to say this. I see someone say in the chat that the game tonight is more important than health. I disagree. I forgot who said it. I disagree. I still think health is more important. If Brunson cannot go, don't go. Right? I'd much rather have Brunson just healthy for the playoffs. You know, there is still time for the Knicks to take over that fourth seed. You know, and I know this is the last time we will play Orlando. The Knicks get healthy. Hope, you know, they could go on a streak, whatever it is. But there's no way that I would put Brunson's health or put this game over Brunson's health. No way I would do that. Excuse me, I just hit the microphone, my bad. No way I would do that. You know what I mean? You got to make sure Brunson is healthy for the playoffs. That's the important part. He's got to be healthy for the playoffs. You know what I mean? So no, this game is not more important than health. It's an important basketball game because of the standings. Right? But it's not more important than making sure our players are healthy. Because you know, you put him out there and he's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? You're asking for more injuries. Or you're asking him to have to get season-ending surgery or something like that. You know what I mean? We need the guy to be healthy. You know, so if he can't go, he just don't go. Right? And the Knicks got to try to figure out something else. Got to figure out something else. But it is an important basketball game. There's no way that the New York Knicks are going to win the tiebreaker. They can win the basketball game, go up a half game over the Orlando Magic, which is which would be great because now they get that 4th seed back. Now you got to maintain the 4th seed if they're able to get it back. Right, so it's definitely a big game. And then a game, the Orlando's, they've owned us this year. Right, they've owned us. So it'd be nice to get a win against this team. And then, according to Ian Begley, just 10 minutes ago, Jalen Brunson is playing tonight. All right, Brunson is playing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So you can insert Jalen Brunson into the starting lineup. And let's hope that all goes well. That's all we can say. Let's hope that all goes well. I would expect that the doctors cleared him. In order for him to be going through warm-ups, I'm pretty sure the doctors are, they already cleared it and said he's good. Will Tom Thibodeau limit his minutes? I don't know. I don't think so. I think if Tom Thibodeau feels like if you're out there, you're good to go, brother. You got to play. So I don't know if he's going to limit his minutes. But if it's a blowout either way, yeah, you got, Tom Thibodeau has to make sure he takes him out of the game. Don't mess around with it. Don't mess around with it. Take him out the game if you have to. Yeah, Kevin, I get it. Limit what? There is no limit. There is no limit. You know what I'm saying? According, with the way that it is with Tibbs, if you're on the bench and you can play, you're going to play. However many minutes Thibodeau feels like he needs from you. And I'm pretty sure Jalen Brunson understands that. Because Tibbs is not going to, Tibbs ain't limited nothing. Brunson is going to play. Brunson is definitely going to play tonight. He's got a knee contusion. There you go. Brunson will play tonight. He's got a knee contusion, that he banged up in the beginning of a couple games ago, whatever it was, when the Knicks played the Cavs. Sat out last game against the Atlanta Hawks. He's back tonight. Listen, I won't lie. The Knicks need Brunson out there on the floor. We all know that. The Knicks need him out there in order to be successful against this Orlando Magic team. I just hope that it's not at the expense of anything else. But to beat this team, you need Jalen Brunson. You're not winning this game without Jalen Brunson. Bottom line, that's the only way that I see it. You're not winning this game without Jalen Brunson. Do I think the Knicks can win tonight? Oh, boy. Kevin Bergen, just one other thing. He said he might, talking about Tibbs, limit Brunson because of, he limited Isaiah Hartenstein. I think, though, Kevin, the limit to Isaiah Hartenstein comes from the doctors. Right? If the doctors gave no limit to Jalen Brunson, then Tom Thibodeau's not gonna impose his own limit. You know what I'm saying? Kevin said, I shouldn't be laughing because 48 minutes for Brunson tonight is possible with Tibbs. It is 100% possible. It's 100% possible. Tibbs is going to play the brother. It's no doubt about it. Margaret said Milton needs to play. No doubt. You know what I mean? He's a guy that can, is another guard that can help give Brunson some rest on that knee. There's ways that you can sneak 1 or 2 minutes here and there. There's ways that you can do it. But yeah, again, according to Ian Begley, Jalen Brunson will play tonight. Now, can the Knicks beat Orlando? Ah, man. I don't know. Like this team right here tonight, can they beat them? I don't know. It's tough. The Knicks just haven't matched up well with Orlando, with the way that with their style of play. They're a strong defensive team. They can shoot the ball from the outside. They have a nice inside-outside attack. Banchero's an all-star. They are missing Jalen Suggs. He's been their floor general this season. You know, you got Markel Fultz, who will probably step into the game as the starting point guard. And you got Cole Anthony, who likes to try to show out against the Knicks. You know, this is going to be a tough one. But if the Knicks can pull this win off, man, this would be a beautiful win for the Knicks. It'll put them back into that 4th seed if they can pull this win off tonight. Listen, you know, they're still not far, but, you know, even if they win tonight, they're going to be 3.5 games behind the 3rd seed. And I'm not even concerned about the 3rd seed that much. You know, I just want the Knicks to try to maintain home court advantage, not fall into the play-in. You know, you fall into the play-in, you know, you're talking about playing Boston or Milwaukee at 1 and 2. You want to avoid that at all costs. And I know, you know, a lot of people, you know, like, oh, but the Knicks fully healthy, I'm not afraid of anyone. But you still don't want that competition in the first round. You might not be afraid of them, but chances are the Knicks aren't beating those teams. So you want to save them. You want to play them as late as possible, especially with, you know, guys just getting back from injury. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're going to be figuring some things out. You got to play them early. You're still figuring things out. That's going to be trouble. You know, you want to get as many games under your belt before you have to play the Celtics or the Milwaukee Bucks. So for me, it's important that the Knicks are, you know, one of the top 4 teams. You're still going to have to play one of those. You still might have to play one of those teams in the second round anyway. You know, but at least you get a little bit more time. So we got to stay out of that play-in situation. But right now, I mean, you know, the Knicks are just 1 game away from being in the play-in. Now, right now, you know, they hold the tiebreaker over Miami. They hold the tiebreaker over Philadelphia. Right? So as long as they stay even with those teams, they stay above them. You know, they lost the tiebreaker to Indiana. So they've got to stay mathematically above Indiana in order not to fall below Indiana. You know, so the Knicks are in a tough situation. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But, you know, I think they can, you know, I don't know if they can pull off a win tonight. I don't know. I was about to say I think they can, but I'm not sure. We're going to find out. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back on post-game show. Hopefully my man Tony is able to join me. He's been, you know, pretty busy with work and stuff like that. So hopefully he's able to join me. Now make sure you hit that like button on the way out. And also, if you are interested in joining us Sunday, the Knicks versus the Philadelphia 76ers, it's going to be another big game for the Knicks. The Knicks will need to get that win as well. Another big game. They play Philly twice over the next 4 or 5 days. Both of them are going to be big games. So we want you to be there with us on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. The link is in the chat. It's also tagged to the top of your chat, and it's in the YouTube description, the description of the video. 205 for the few tickets that are remaining. Get them now before they're gone. All right. I'm putting the link in the chat, so it's there, but it's tagged to the top of the YouTube chat. It's also in the description of the video. Knicks versus Sixers, Sunday, March 10th. Section 224, 227. We'll be doing a pregame podcast, pregame shoot-around. The game, then a postgame podcast. Both of the pre- and postgame podcasts will be at Legends as usual. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on the postgame show. Let's hope the Knicks can go get this win tonight. I'm out. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place to tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.